Hi guys, I'm Rex King, and welcome back to another episode where I review films currently in theaters. Today I'm talking about Knock at the Cabin. Knock at the Cabin is the most recent film by M. Night Shyamalan. It follows a family of three, two dads and their adopted daughter, who are on vacation in a cabin in the woods with no cell service, and they get attacked by these four individuals who claim they are there to stop the apocalypse, and the only way to do so is to convince this family of three to sacrifice one of their own. This film is pretty mid. The story isn't bad by M. Night Shyamalan standards. It's pretty decently paced, it's pretty simplistic, and there aren't a ton of random twists that he tries to throw into the film. That being said, though this film is simple and I do enjoy that, I do feel like it was almost too simple. It presents these two arguments, but it explains the arguments of both sides very deeply, so it doesn't leave a lot to the audience. Pretty much, it explains the side of our four people who are trying to convince these guys to sacrifice one of their own to stop what they believe is going to be Armageddon, and the group of the family. But in doing so and not leaving anything to our imagination, it means that there's not a lot to talk about as far as the story is concerned. Just making it kind of It's not a bad story by any definition, it's just I wanted more out of it. I'm going to give the story score a 6 out of 10 here. It's not bad, and I do think it was well paced. I just really felt like it could have done more with its subject and maybe left some stuff to our imagination. Then we have the characters, and here's the weakest part of the film here. None of these characters are written incredibly well. Most of the characters here are one note and are supposed to represent certain things, not at people. They're just really representing things, and therefore they don't feel complete. For that matter, most of our core group of the four are really not explained a whole lot. They explain it to us via themselves talking to our characters instead of showing us their backstory. And I always prefer to be shown and not told, so that left a pretty poor taste in my mouth. Overall, these characters, though none of them are hateable, just don't feel complete. So I'm going to give the character score a 3 out of 10. Then we got the performances, and all the performances in this film are really good. But the big standout has to be Dave Bautista, who heads up this group of four individuals who have trapped this family. I think Dave Bautista has shown that he is not just the guy who can play Drax the Destroyer. He's not just that physical presence. He can act, and I think that this film proves that superbly. I do enjoy all the performances in this film, so I'm going to give the performers a 9 out of 10. Then we got the visual style, and this is going to be a love-hate depending on who you are. For me, I do not like Shyamalan's style of filmmaking. All these really awkward close-ups to show us the characters' faces and their facial expressions works sometimes, especially when the characters are deep in thought, so you can get the performances across really well. But I just feel like at some points it's like I want to see the wide angle. I want to take everything in. And Shyamalan just doesn't do that, and that is a problem. Sometimes it works, especially if you're going for a claustrophobic feel, but here it just doesn't work for me. And because of that, I'm going to give it a visual style score of 3 out of 10. Now, I can see some people giving it higher as far as visual style because some people might like that Shyamalan style, but to me, it just doesn't work. Then we have the score, and the music in this film is fine. It doesn't really do anything, to be honest. I barely even noticed its existence. It doesn't boost the film's overall ambiance. It doesn't make you feel any different about what's going on. It's not overly intense. It's not bad either. It just doesn't do a whole lot. So I'm going to just say it's an average musical score. I couldn't really find a full album online. I'm going to go on a limb here that say that there is one, but I also just didn't feel compelled to. So I'm going to give the music score a 5 out of 10. My final verdict here, Knock on the Cabin is one of Shyamalan's more, well, simpler films. It's not full of twists and turns, and some people are going to really like that. Me, I think this film is kind of I mean, it's not bad by any definition of the word. I just feel like it could have been a lot better, especially if Shyamalan wasn't doing those damn close-ups every 5 seconds. But hey, that's my opinion. I know a lot of people who are actually big fans of Shyamalan's style, so maybe they'll like that more than I did. But as it stands, I'm going to give this film a 5 out of 10. There's nothing bad here, there's nothing terrible here. It's just a really mid film. So anyway, that's my opinion on Knock on the Cabin. If you've seen it, what did you think? Let me know in the comments below. And if you like this video, like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that bell to be notified whenever I post a new video. And I'll see you next time.